This is a short instructional video about the Microsoft Access project. So initially this is the link that you've just accessed, Access Project video instructions. Now what we want to do is to all of those things that you've learned throughout those last couple of chapters, we want to go ahead and have you use those skills and be able to build a database of your own. So it's going to be a very small database, but if you understand how to put those pieces together, you'll understand overall how databases in general work. Think about, is there any business, is there anything that you do daily that doesn't use a database? So it's important to understand the general concepts and components of a database. So the Access project is worth 56 points. Keep in mind that I'll use this video for other courses. This particular class, there's a specific due date. Yours will vary. Project description: design and develop a database and Access based on your own interest. So remember, this is your database, and each student's database will be different from every other student's. So somebody may have an interest in music, DVDs, maybe books, a whole variety of different topics. This is up to you. Now, what we want to do is identify the well, first off, these are the instructions. I'll have a separate video for creating a database, for developing relationships and Access, and then querying a database. And those will just be short videos. The project objectives are, let's see, we want to define the terms database, table, record, and field, plan, create, and enter data, design a database table and identify fields, and so on. You can go ahead and read through the rest of those project objectives. Now, we want to complete the following requirements. I want you to write a short narrative describing the database. You know, what is its purpose? What's it supposed to be for? Even 2 or 3 sentences, 4 or 5 sentences, that's absolutely fine. You can go ahead and add that to the comments section within Canvas. Let's see, but that's worth 5 points, and that meets objective 1. Then development, create at least 2 tables. So you have to create a database with at least 2 tables. The evaluation is based on 2 tables. Your database, if you want, can contain more tables than that. So we have 2 tables, 5 points apiece. Each table should include at least 5 records, and each table must contain at least 5 fields. The reason is you need at least so much data to be able to get reasonable queries out of your database. If you only have 1 or 2 records or 1 or 2 fields, you just will not get the be able to customize queries enough to where you'll get information, valid information, real life information out of your database. We have to, each table has to have a primary key, obviously. Each table has to have one table has to have a foreign key. At least one table has to include a date field. So include a date field within this. And then the relationships. You have to connect the tables together. That's how you, between the primary key and foreign key, that's how the 2 tables, this one to this one, will be able to interrelate. Now, insert the data into all tables for 8 points. That should be 4 points each table. And then develop 4 separate queries. So the information needs to be meaningful and valuable in some way. Now, when you query information, you'll probably use information from both tables. That's why the relationship is important. The relationship is the piece that ties the 2 tables together. So each query is worth 3 points, and for a 12-point total. Then go ahead and close that database. Submit your Access database. Now, what you want to submit is the file with the ACCDB extension. The other file, if you're working with Access, you leave it open, you save your database, but you, again, leave it open. You go to submit the assignment, you'll see 2 files. You'll see a file that it is a .laccdb. That's a lock file. Don't send that one. Don't send that. You want the .accdb. What you should do is finish your database, close it, and then send the file. So with that just covers a little bit about what this Access project is about, and covers the instructions.